Ready to go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're going to go over the steps to take when your chainsaw just won't start. I've got one here that almost runs, and you'll see a lot of that this time of year. People are pulling chainsaws out that have been sitting for a long time, and they just almost work. So, all you new people out there, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and it's what we work for. So let's get started. This big boy almost runs, and it's so close it'll drive you crazy. So first thing we're going to do is pull the gas and put new gas in it. Because there is a small chance that the fuel's been sitting. That's nothing more than bad fuel, and off you go. I'll see that about 1 in every 20. But of course, most of the time when I get them, fuel's more than bad. So let's get all that old gas out of the way. The gas really doesn't look bad on this one. Let's put some new gas in, then we'll put her on the floor and give her a run. And this is a crucial first step. Now, while we've got it apart, and we got the gas out, let's look at the fuel lines. Now, in this case, we might have a chance. The fuel line does not have a filter on it. So let's put a filter on it and see if that gets her running. That could be our guilty party just right there. And every now and again I'll hit one of these, but that's all it is. When you're putting your fresh gas in, I'll always check the filters and things. Okay, that should do it. Let's get her back down to the bottom where she belongs. You always want the fuel filter to be in the very bottom corner of the tank, as far down as you can get it, because you're going to hold it at that angle, and it'll basically run out of gas because the fuel filter's in the wrong place. Get in there, buddy. Now she's pretty close to where I want her. I'm going to get it to spin around a little. Like that. And remember, if the fuel filter is not in the right place, your chainsaw it's going to act odd on you when you're out in the field. It'll seem to run out of gas when it's got half a tank and things like that. Now, I've had cases on these chainsaws where I've changed the fuel lines out only because I can't get the fuel filter to lay in the right place with those lines. Okay, she's low and towards that corner, so she's good to go. Let's put some gas in her and see what's next. I didn't see an old filter in there, and nothing came out in the fuel, so that's kind of curious. If you're doing yours at home, you won't have that situation, hopefully. Okay, let's take her down to the floor and prime her and see if she'll start. Okay, we got full choke. I can see fuel running through here when we prime it. Okay, now we'll turn the choke down that way. Okay, she almost runs. We might be able to tune this one and get her running. Okay, I'm guessing, but I guessed at this blind. And so we'll give her just a touch of fuel on the low. And we're going to leave the high alone for now. Full choke. Partial choke. Sounds like you're still on idle, so we're going to turn the low up a little bit. Not much, still not quite there. That one sounds pretty close now. We'll give the adjustment. The handle's just in the worst place in the world for adjusting this. And now we're just listening to it. Now we went a little bit too low because we took a little too much fuel out of it. Let's turn the idle up just a touch on this one. You never know what's happened to his chainsaw during its life before you got it. That sounds pretty good. You got a little hesitation. So we're turning the high up. Okay, now we've got her tuned, so let's try to start her cold. We'll get rid of all the choke. I was afraid of that. We might not have it. We might not be giving it enough fuel to start cold now. So let's turn the low up just a touch. Just a touch. Maybe a 1/16 of a turn, right about there. Let's see if that takes care of it. Oh, let's turn the ignition back on. And now it starts better. And as you can see, it was running okay, but it wasn't starting well. Okay, now we'll turn her off and try to start her again. I turned the low side up just a touch more. Now, as you can see, we went from not starting at all to starting pretty good. And it didn't change the idle any. What we did was gave it a little more gas at idle. Very nice. This one's ready to go. That was just that easy. I didn't expect to get away with that one this easily, but it's nice to get away with one occasionally. If your fuel filter falls off your fuel line, it might still start, sort of. And it might still run, sort of, but it's not going to run right. The fuel filter, when it pulls fuel into the system, The fuel filter holds the fuel from falling easily backwards back into the tank. So it's an important part of the system. You can't run without it. So all you new people out there, if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. It's free. That's what we work for. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.